Batman 89 issue 1, the first issue of a 6-part miniseries that taps back into our nostalgia of Batman 89 and Batman Returns. For me personally, more Returns than 89. I know, I'm in the minority of that. 89 is fine, it's good. I get why people, like it and all that kind of stuff. But for me, Returns is like a flippin' masterpiece of a movie. Yeah, I said it, okay? I said it. And this whole thing of like DC doing comic series based on like another media version of that character is nothing new. I mean, they done like Adam West Batman and then kind of Wonder Woman and Smallville series 11 and Batman the Animated series and Justice League Unlimited was just, I haven't read, but I hear it's pretty good. And they are diving into movies. So in a couple of weeks' time, they're going to release Superman 78, which is a 1.5 sequel to the Crystal Reeve Superman. So, and this one, Batman 89, is acting like it's the third Tim Burton Batman film. And after reading this issue, it 100% is. Like, it probably helps that this series, the 6-parter, is written by Sam Hamm, who was the screenwriter of those two movies. Because me reading it, the first 31 pages of this story is depth. There's a lot of character stuff going on. Like, it felt like naturally my head always felt like that the first issue would be a giant action piece, and the second issue is where the story starts. But yeah, you got your massive action set piece, but it's all focused around like Batman's in this, and he's stopping thugs, this Joker gang, and all kind of stuff. But it's all about Harvey Dent, which is, to be fair, is kind of a running theme with the Burton Batmans, where the two films, where like the films were more focused on the supporting characters than Batman himself. But in this, it makes sense. It's also about Harvey Dent, because, spoiler alert, I think we all assume, Harvey Dent becomes Two-Face at the end of the series. And you want to understand who he is as a character first, who Harvey Dent is before when that transition comes along, who he is as Two-Face, and also why does he hate Batman and that whole thing. And it dives into this 31 pages, give us so much backstory and so much depth towards Harvey that we never got in 89, because 89 he was just like, as most of Mr. Gordon was, and Mayor over there and Alfred over there and all that kind of stuff, he was just there for the cameras. He was like, support, hey, Mr. Dent, what do you think of X, Y, and Z? Joker gassing people, what do you think? Smiles, is the, do you think Batman's blah, blah, blah? Yeah. I have no comment. That's essentially his character. While in this, you just get more of it. And this whole thing of the reason he doesn't like Batman was essentially the whole thing of, where I'm the DA and Gordon's the commissioner and Jim over here is helping a vigilante. Batman is not above the law and that whole thing. And knowing Gotham and what he is, he kind of has this question that's always been around in Batman stories and all that kind of thing, which is, when Bruce became Batman, was Gotham always going to be this? Like, as bad as it has become? Or did Bruce becoming Batman make Gotham worse? And he believes Batman made everything worse. And it's just, like, for me personally, maybe they heavy-handed too much of the coin. Like, I'm like, I get it, you want to explain, like, what a coin, Harvey? Why do you want to flip a coin all the time? But maybe a little bit too much heavy on the coin aspect of things in this issue. Maybe spread that out a little bit. But we understand his his upbringing and his, the hero is like, he feels like, you know, for Harvey, he's like, kids are looking up to this kid, this guy, and he shouldn't. And it's one of those things where you feel like you understand his attentions, and the way Harvey's doing it, maybe at the end of this issue, maybe shouldn't be that way, but it does feel like this is a guy who has a hard goal. He cares about the city, he cares about Gotham, and that's essentially it. This is a whole Harvey Dent character base. Yes, Bullock is in this for a brief moment. Robin, I assume that's Robin at the end. Some point in the story, Catwoman shows up, but it's just, in some point, Harvey then becomes Two-Face. It's really well done. It's really well written. Because your head's thinking these movie things, you know, unless they're a comic series based on one of, you know, a sequel to one of the movies, you're thinking it's naturally just going to be this throwaway cash grab. Let's just be honest, or everything's cash grabbing, but just feel like there's no, there should be a little bit more of it, and it does feel like it. The art is really well put together. If you're fussed about none of these drawings look like the actors, shut up. There's a thing called likeness, and people getting sued because they have that likeness of someone else, you know, permission and all that kind of stuff. I'm just putting it out there. But yeah, this is a really well put together first issue, and I really want to know what the story holds, how the story folds. Try not to hit spoilers much, but yeah, this is a really well good first issue.